One thing you may be pleased to hear about this programme is that we're going to try and get through it without using the word mud. Oh, I've said mud.
There you go. Actually, cement is more like it. Today the mud has actually changed in its texture and everyone's kind of just getting rooted to the spot. That's what's going on at the moment. It's impossible to dance. I tried to dance on the Prodigy last night. It was just, it was impossible. And Splatter, that pop star, that's been a popular game today. And Cast probably suffered worse than most. Here's their performance earlier on today.
That's Cast, and I've got a very good story to tell you later on about being chucked out of my own caravan by my children because I inadvertently urinated on some of their property. Very Glastonbury.
Later
yes,
for that.
Unpleasant, but very Glastonbury.
Okay. Well, we have differing opinions about Radiohead, but I thought that was absolutely fantastic, particularly No Surprises. And I just had to wear your Wellingtons, actually, to go outside to watch that. And I hope you haven't got verrucas or anything.
I have, I'm afraid, yes, I'll show you later, actually. We've proved such a success with you, the public, that we're going to be back again in about 40-45 minutes' time. In the meantime, what is it? Do you know what
this is live.
Oh, right.
We'll see you later. You can always tell when things are winding down, when something like this tent becomes the main focal point of the Glastonbury Festival, which is very bizarre. And I think we can be charging people to come and play with that little toy that we've got by the end of the evening. Anyway, that was Ocean Colour Scene from earlier on today.
And on the second stage last night, I was playing the records and driving the crowds mad, as you can imagine. And the Seahorses came on. I'd never been a great fan, but I really enjoyed them, and I think you will too. Here's a couple of their songs. Later on, we'll be telling you which O-levels you need to be a rock star. I was thinking about having my hair done like that, John Squire. What do you think?
I think it'd be a modern-day miracle and probably a professional suicide as well, more than likely. Today, there was kind of like a sick joke that the backstage catering people were playing on us when we turned up and they were serving a Mississippi mud pie. Loads of catering going on all around the festival, obviously, and Jamie's been out there checking out what his poison is exactly.
Now, if you thought that Glastonbury was all about homes on wheels, bands on stage and dogs on string, then think again, because you need fuel if you're going to be rocking for 3 days. You can feast on a galaxy of Glasto gourmet delights, but nosh on some nasty noodles and you may as well pitch your tent next to a Portaloo. Ouch. Lovely. Lovely. Aggies. Pork barbecue. Lovely. Even Ian Beale from EastEnders is here. Now, joining me now is John Shearlaw, who helps coordinate all the food here at the festival. John, how many food stalls are there actually here?
We've got over 300 food stalls on site.
300? And have you had a chance to try them all out yet?
I'm working my way through them.
Okay. Now, have you got any advice on where I can go next? Because I'm still starving.
There's a really excellent one just down the road here.
Just down here? I'll go and check it out. Thanks a lot, John. Nutburger. Well, there we go. Food from all four corners of the globe in one field. But at the end of the day, you just got to go with what suits you.
As you can imagine, I volunteered for that job, but they wouldn't let me do it because I hadn't got a silly hat, unfortunately.
He doesn't put on weight very easily, does he, Jamie Theakston, for eating that amount of food? It's really funny when you come to places like this, you've got ticket touts outside who are desperately trying to give away tickets because, you know, obviously the weather's affected the whole thing. And then you go and you've got like big fruit stalls and ice cream vans and they're giving away fruit and they're giving away ice creams because nobody's interested, frankly. Anyway, that's enough food. We have some more music now. This next coming up from Nana Cherry.
Raunchy late-night viewing, night owls. I'm a terrible dresser, but come on, you know.
Well, I feel like I should have dressed up a bit now, put my frilly knickers and my frilly nightie on as well. In fact, I probably will do before the end of the show tonight, because I packed it, especially, and everything. Tonight, probably more than any other night over the Glastonbury Festival, it's been a complete sound clash. Loads of really good bands playing different stages in similar times, and one of the biggest audio and visual and just the best experience tonight, I think, has been the Chemical Brothers. Enjoy it.
That's Tom and Ed, Mr. and Mrs. Chemical's little boys, and tomorrow night you'll be disappointed to learn, crushed even, Jo and I are being rested, and Jools Holland will be introducing this programme.
I can give you a really difficult test now and ask you which one is which of the Chemical Brothers.
Jools Holland is the piano. Oh, I see. Oh, right. No, I have no idea.
And you're a comedian as well.
No.
Okay, this is Jools Holland video diary coming up next.
Hello, the BBC have invited me to make a video diary of my trip with my Rhythm and Blues Orchestra to the Glastonbury Festival. It's raining, the weather conditions are not looking promising, but we're setting off anyway. First of all, I should explain, in the Rhythm and Blues Orchestra there are some 14 members. You may be asking yourselves, well, why don't they all travel in a coach together? This is because I like to stop and see some of the sites wherever possible. And when you get a lot of people in a coach together, you get bickering about where they want to stop for tea and what sites they want to see, etc. So, with that short introduction, it's now 11:58 on the 26th, Thursday the 26th of June. The diary begins. Start the engine, please. (12:05), precisely 7 minutes after departure. It's been a bit fatiguing, so we're stopping for lunch. In we go, lads. There's nothing more sleazy than 4 men in a car. It's now 12:20. The drizzle is still persisting, so we should really get going in a moment and get on. Because one of the reasons I say, well, we travel separately, is so it allows us to go and visit places of historic significance.
Yes, my sister, this is the dance on me. The dance on start up. Come fetch me better. Try kind of weather. Try kind of weather. People have got to get together.
It's 3:15. We're now at Stonehenge. There's been a 10 centigrade drop in temperature, and we've had reports from Glastonbury that there's only one entrance open of the 14. The rest are all flooded. As a treat, I've taken the band here and I'm going to share with them some knowledge from Sacred England, John Michel's guide to England. If you'd like to look this way. You can see the land surrounding Stonehenge is an open landscape, thickly strewn with burial mounds, earthworks and many other prehistoric monuments. (6:35). The temperature has dropped a little more, there's a little more rain. We've been in traffic now for 1 hour and have travelled a distance of approximately 1 mile. We are about 2 miles from the site, so I guess it's going to be another 2 hours at this rate before we get there. Therefore, we have decided to momentarily abandon our trip to Glastonbury Abbey, which is a great shame because it is one of the great pilgrimage sites in Britain. You can see this is about the pace that the traffic is moving at, walking pace. Actually, it's not. Well, I'll better get back in the car then. So it's now 10 to 9. We've very fortunately, Stephen, the tour manager, approached the police, and they're now going to get us into the backstage area. They thought it was going to take another 3 hours to get in. They are seeing us in. They're not arresting us, are they? So it's now 10:15. I'm settled in my wagon. I've got the old slippers on. I'm going to warm myself up. And it's been a pretty long day, so I think I'll probably then, well, I think it'll be time to go and have a rave with all the people out there. So now it's 10 to 1, Friday the 27th. Relatively satisfactory breakfast taken in the catering tent over there. Beans and egg type of fare with paper cups. Satisfactory evening sleep. No dreams really of any great consequence that I want to share with you. Let me make my first social call of the day.
Get picked up on everyone's radar just in case you don't get lost on the site.
I should think it's very warm as well, isn't it?
Fucking great. 20 quid. And if there's a fire, you don't die.
No. Well, you just walk straight through it, take the notice.
Jacket.
Well, we're going to go to the alternative, what it's called, not healing, technology centre.
What,
have you been there?
Windmills and all that crap.
Yeah, have you tried that?
It's great, isn't it?
Got any more in there?
Yeah, I got 2.
Fucking have it, man. One for you, man. Here you go.
What's
now.
that?
You're having it. Mr.
Tequila.
Holland, you're having it,
thanks.
man. On me.
Oh, I can't drink and drive.
No, you fucking can. So what do you think? They're going to come round with a blue light having it with you or what? They're not. You're having it. We're having it. They're not having it. All right?
Shall I give you a hand?
Oh, come on. You haven't done this before.
Thanks,
You've never been a barmaid, have you? Although
I
I've
have.
seen you doing it with Paula once before.
That's it, lovely, thanks.
Yeah, come
Whoa.
on. Hey. And here's a coffee for when you want to come down later, mate. Here you go.
Whoa.
Here, what more can you ask for? Eh?
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, thanks very much.
Well, thank you very
Good
much,
health. What's the best thing you've seen? Correct
I
answer.
would say you, but there's someone in a wedding dress up there.
I'm going to go and find her.
Large.
Lamacq and Jamie. Jools Holland, your name?
Mick.
Mick, you have built a mobile sauna. Well, not a mobile sauna.
Totally immobile sauna. In fact, Jules, whereas most of the things here disappear after the festival, this one will rest.
And so you keep a constant fire going, and then people wander in. That's marvellous. And so there's this one here, and you've got another one there. That's another. So it's become sauna corner sort of thing. 4:20. Dear Diary have concluded that this is the area that is probably ideal to stay in. There's people over there sitting under pyramids with nice bells ringing. We're doing shiatsu there, reflexology, Indian head massage going on over there, Reiki over there. There's people sitting in a nice garden there, bloke knocking up a pagoda over there, man offering beer to me here. Are you offering me beer or asking for beer? I'm afraid I don't drink, I'm so sorry. Pouncing git. So it's now 9:25. My Rhythm and Blues Orchestra are on stage at 10 o'clock. I've been assured by Steve and the tour manager we've now switched vehicles, obviously, to a four-wheel drive vehicle to cope with the conditions. And I've been assured that the orchestra are there and waiting and keen and straining at leash and ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the stage Mr. Jools Holland.
Thank you very much. And thank you. So it's now 20, it's now 11:45, and with Rico, we've just finished the show. That seemed to go well, didn't it? Show you played well?
I like the show, yeah, very well.
Rico liked the show, I like the show, so that's it. Our mission has now been completed.
Give thanks for everything.
Yeah, that's right, give thanks for everything. Yeah, well.
Jools Holland's video diary, and Jools will be presenting this programme tomorrow. Although, in my view, actually the woman who was trying to get him pissed should be doing it, because she's a star, I think.
Absolutely. It's John and Jo having it large at Glastonbury on BBC Two. Still to come, we've got music from Ocean Colour Scene, also Dodgy, Dubstar and Terravision, and acoustic sets from Sean Colvin and Sharon Shannon. But first, 2 tracks coming up next. This is Cast. It's Cast. John Parr, of course, a man in his element when coming to Glastonbury and all the mysticism that goes on around here. And the rest of the band definitely, about an hour ago, I think, definitely entering the land of the Teletubbies as they were whizzing around outside. I'm finding it so difficult to get comfortable here when you're picking up clods of mud all the time.
One being thrown at us now. Very rock and roll, hey. A few years ago on television, I saw an Irish TV programme about Sharon Shannon, and I loved her then, and I love her now, and here's your chance to love her as well. Obviously a great player, but also owner one of the greatest smiles. Oh, there we go. One of the that one. Obviously one of the owner-operators, one of the great smiles in showbiz. I think. Unfortunately, we don't know who the guitar player is, so we can't credit him.
Oh, my God, there, actually. I've never heard of it before, but that was fantastic. This next band, yesterday, were actually scouring the place trying to get hold of a Lamacq and Peel T-shirt. Did you know that?
They're very much sought after.
Yeah, I know. We couldn't find any anyway. They're Terravision. Today, they're currently in Portugal. They told me gleefully last night they were heading out for a bit of sun. And this is their performance recorded yesterday. Terravision. As you can see, they needed the T-shirts before they went on stage. Fireworks have started, so you can tell it's getting late. And this next item that's coming up, I actually feel like I lived with Steve through this. It was a torturous experience.
It's something we've been looking forward to all evening. This is Steve Lamacq investigating the world of dance music in the dance music tent.
Welcome to the world of Glastonbury dance. That's the dance tent behind me. These are my dance shoes. Not so much as you can see, Ministry of Sound, more Ministry of Agriculture. But if it's one place where it doesn't matter what you look like, or even less whether you can dance or not, then this is it.
This is show business.
It's all here this year. 2 dance tents featuring everything that's going on in UK dance music. Everything from big beat to jungle, plus of course godfathers of ambient music, the Orb. Back at Glastonbury, typical of a lot of the groups who are playing here this weekend, in that they took dance music out of the studio and put it into the live arena. Were you conscious though of like having to try and put on a show for people? I mean, I don't think we were really that conscious, to be honest. How do you find playing like a dance tent though? Do you think dance tents at festivals work?
Well, yeah, no. I mean, it's not going to attract loads of clubbers, but it'll attract loads of crusties and they'll enjoy themselves. So,
do you think that's right, that it's not actually club people in that tent, and it's more just, you know, people who've never used to go and see the Orb will actually get to see you at Glastonbury?
Oh, well, no one knows who're playing, do they? I think we're the only ones that know.
Basically, this is a practice. House of I've put it together. It's about a synergy of different creative artists, performing artists, and along the lines of information technology. So you've got like a netcast going over the internet. We're on the World Wide Web. We've got video mixing. We've got performance artists ranging from Project 23 with Cleveland Watkins and Talvin Singh, right through to dub poets like Keziah Jones and Detail. Basically, it's about a fusion, and we think it's a new thing for Glastonbury. It's rocking. You can see that the people love it, and you're going to see a lot more of us.
Dance music here at Glastonbury has come from the sound systems out in the field to its own mainstream dance tent. Hence, we have Primal Scream playing this year, but also one of the forerunners of the sound system scene, Dreadzone. Do you think that your music was really, in a way, really quite well fitted to Glastonbury, because it's sort of come out of that sound system type scene, which obviously happens in the fields when everything else, like the dance tent, is closed?
It's the gathering of the clans type of music. I mean, it's tribal what we do, I suppose, because it just appeals to a lot of different types of people. And, you know, those who come and get together. That's the idea of Dreadzone. That's summing up Glastonbury, looking at all the different tribes and different types of people that all come and congregate for one good reason, you know, and that's what Dreadzone's about.
Yeah, you could come and see Dreadzone and you feel like, wow, I've been to every stage, you know, because we've like, there's a bit in there. Yeah, there's a bit of that.
Well, it's 12 and the curfew is at 12:30 tonight. Which isn't quite right, is it? Guess we'll all have to go to bed.
Steve Lamacq, very much at home. He has a hat for every single genre, you know. And he's probably out there now, raving away in some little tent or something. She said patronisingly, and he'll kill me later.
I'm here with my 4 children, William, Alexandra, Thomas and Florence. You have to name them all, otherwise you get into trouble when I get back to my caravan. And our Thomas is heavily into happy hardcore, but since he saw Saffron out of Republica walking past in the mud earlier on in the week, he's become a Republica fan, remarkably.
He's in love.
I think it could easily be, yes.
Sweet.
And this is Saffron being interviewed earlier on.
Now, the gorgeous Saffron from Republica has popped into our bus.
Straight out of the mud at Glastonbury.
Straight out of the mud. Now, listen, Sam, would you like a cup of tea?
Oh,
we have a kettle.
yes, please, lovely.
We have...
all the accoutrements.
A toothbrush.
Yeah, badly needed.
Well, I'll get the kettle on and we can sort that out. But how are you getting on so far? You having a good time?
Brilliant, yeah. A couple of years ago, actually, I got food poisoning down here, which was like the worst place in the world to get it. So the Portaloos looked even more horrifying than they normally do.
Spending a weekend in the Glastonbury Portaloos probably sounds like the worst thing you could ever do.
Yeah, it is. So bring the rock roll with you.
That's the advice, you see.
Yeah.
Do you know what band is on whilst you're on at the same time? Because I reckon when artists come, don't they look and they go, oh no, Primal Scream are playing at the same time?
Yeah, they definitely do. But
you haven't.
I don't know who's playing at the same time as us.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, well, we're on the main stage and we must be Saturday daytime. So, here we are.
Oh yeah, Republica,
There, 12 o'clock.
You're against Louise Elliott.
Right, sorry, never heard of her. And Cat Scratch Fever.
Oh, so you haven't really got much competition.
Yeah.
So the Pyramid stage at midday is where it's going to be.
We've got The Scene, great band, and Radiohead, brilliant band.
Radiohead. I think Radiohead are going to be the highlight of the festival.
Yeah, oh definitely.
Right. Okay, well listen, thanks for joining us in our lovely little bus.
Thank you.
Do you like it?
Maybe a cup of tea now.
Oh right, yeah, a cup of tea, yeah, I better get that on the go. All right, and 2 sugars?
Yes, please.
All right.
Very nice.
Thanks very much.
She is so lovely. She's like the ultimate Glastonbury enthusiast. She was legging it around the site yesterday, enjoying every single second of it, and dancing wildly to The Prodigy last night. That was Saffron from Republica.
I think our Tom is right, I have to say. One of the highlights of the weekend...
Tom's in love.
Well, no, I'm not at all. I'm too old for that sort of thing, thank goodness. But one of the highlights of the weekend for me was coming down from the top of the fields, walking down towards the back of the stage, and hearing the voice of Ian McCulloch ringing out across the site. Echo and the Bunnymen, a couple of songs.
Not a bad crowd, considering everyone was really, really miserable at that moment in time, and it was like one of the first bands on of the festival. That was Echo and the Bunnymen, and Doing Nothing Lasts Forever, and an old track, and I can't remember what it was. What was it?
I can't remember either. Joe and I are in agreement over the fact that we both love Echo
Absolutely,
and the Bunnymen.
totally,
No
and
question.
utterly.